So I'll be doing a tutorial on how to hit Crabapple Hits. I've been hitting it since 2012. That was the first year that they built it up and it went from a double black line to a pro line. And I'll be giving you guys some tips on what works for me as far as technique, bike setup, and everything else. And right here is like the first year that I hit it, and they're pretty much set up so you can do no pedaling, no brakes. They're designed really well. So, and as you can see, this is my first time to Whistler, and I hit it clean. And this is 2013, second time to Whistler, and basically, pretty much you pedal into the first, and then I did, because of the previous year, I just did no pedaling, no brakes. And as you can see, I'm gonna go deep on the third one, super deep, and then I ended up casing the fourth one and then cleaning the fifth. So it all depends on what kind of bike you have, what kind of tires you're running. Small bikes are gonna roll faster than big bikes, and the weight of the rider. So it's really hard to say you need this much pedals, and it depends on the ground condition. If it's dry, it'll roll really fast, or if it's wet, it's gonna be a little bit slower rolling. So as far as speed goes, it's kind of, you just gotta watch what guys do and watch what kind of bikes they're riding, and just adjust accordingly. What I do before I hit it is, or hit the Crabapple, is I watch YouTube videos and see how the guys are hitting it, if they're pedaling into one, or if they're going deep on a certain table, and just kind of analyze and study all the different videos. And from there you got a good baseline on what to expect when you actually go out there and hit them. And here in 2016, bike park photos set up at Crabapple. So it's a little windy, but had to do it for the gram. So it's a little windy, but pretty much was pedal into the first. And once you clean the first, I just no braked it for the rest of the set, and the speed was perfect for everything else. I was even able to throw a little whip on the fourth one. And I mean, if I feel comfortable whipping on it, the pros are gonna just get it sideways like they do on the whip off. So I suggest, as far as progression goes, be able to clean everything on A-Line, everything on Dirt Merchant, and feel comfortable cleaning Dwayne Johnson. That's kind of the progression as far as the skills required to do Crabapple. So I would say once you feel comfortable hitting all those trails clean, you'll be ready for Crabapple. And my number one tip as far as bike setup is I run my rebound in the rear really slow. I run it 2 clicks from all the way closed, and that'll prevent you from getting bucked. And I run my gearing, I keep it at about it's in 6 gear with a 7-speed 921 cassette, and I just leave it in that gear and drop in with that gearing, so I don't have to shift and don't have to worry about skipping a gear. And here's what happens when you run the rebound a little too fast. Watch the second guy. And you don't want that to happen when you're hitting Crabapple. And what I do prior to hitting it is I just roll in and I hit the first two and just check the speed, you know, see what's needed if I'm clearing the first two clean. And then from there I go ahead and pull on the side. I like to take off my backpack. I like to hit it without wearing anything. And then I go ahead and check the lips and the landings on the third and the fourth to see if there's any kickers or, you know, anything to look out for. Make sure everything looks safe. And from there, you just, you know, push up and go ahead and drop in and hit them. And how I hit it in 2018 is, you know, dropped in and just you kind of just casually pedal. You're not really pedaling hard, just to get enough speed to hit the first setup jump. And then once you clean that one, I just no braked it into the second. And then I actually threw in a couple pedals for the third, but for the fourth one, I cranked into it. I really cranked into it, and then I was able to clean it. So that was the speed for this year. Seems like every year the speed changes, so that's what worked for me this year. They just rebuilt the hits a day before I hit it, and they were butter. And here we go for another rundown Crabapple, and this time this was like a couple days before the last video. You know, pedal into the first, and I actually no braked it into the second and the third, and I actually went a little deep on the third one, and I gave a couple pedals into the fourth one, and I backsided it. A little tire buzz on the seat, but I call it clean on that one. And here's a outside video of the previous hit, and as you can see, I locked the back brake in the air, kind of a moto technique to bring the front end down. And here's a video of my very first rundown Crabapple in 2018. And you know, from watching previous guys hit it and videos, I was noticing guys were going deep on the third, and you know, so I figured I was just gonna brake check it a little going into the third, and I landed the third one clean, but didn't have enough speed, and I cased the fourth one. But the main thing, you know, with the slow rebound, and you want to make sure you have the bike straight if you're gonna case it, and you know, kind of prepare for impact. But as you can see, you can survive casing Crabapple. So, and no matter how many times I hit it, I'm still super stoked. I mean, nothing beats the feeling of, you know, hitting those set of jumps. There's pretty much the biggest jumps I've ever hit on a mountain bike, and you know, it's a great feeling. So I hope these tips helped, you know, you first timers wanting to hit Crabapple, and you know, just get out there, be safe, ride within your limits, don't ride over your head, and just go out and just send it.